Hi there, this is James from Rimo3, and in this short video I'm just going to give you a tour of our Intune browser extension providing Intune automations. So in our previous videos we've shown how we can install the extension and how we can activate and access the extension. So in this video I'm just going to give you a guided tour of the different functions and functionality. So once you've signed in to the extension, you will land at the home screen. So on here we have a few buttons across the top. We have a few actions here. We've got this filter here for home screen data, and then we've got some data on this screen. So let me just start on the top really. So what you can see at the bottom, when you first use the extension, you're likely that this will be empty, but as more folks in your Intune environment use the extension to do application deployments, then this data will start to populate. So what we have across the bottom is anyone that's using the extension in this Intune tenant will their deployments will show up here, and I'll talk a bit more about deployments in a minute, but yeah, the assignment of applications we're referring to, so we can see the number of apps that have been assigned, the groups that have been affected, and then therefore the total number of assignments, and we can see some different metrics based on the success rate and the different types of apps assigned. And then the next one up is really the same data points, but it's really just for you personally. So as you can see, I'm the only person in this particular tenant that's using the extension, and therefore these data points are matching as a result. However, if you've got more folks, then you'll be able to see the difference between you and others. And then in the next section we have a couple of different data points. So we have the assignments that you've done previously but are needing some sort of attention. So that's whether a phase deployment needs to progress and it's waiting for your attention, or we could have some errors in here as well that you may want to look at. And then we also have our upcoming deployments. So these are basically scheduled phases. So you may have something that's scheduled to start on a date in the future. So this instance on the 15th of July 1703, this one will happen then, so it's giving you that information. You can also adjust the filter here, so you can see data for just this week, you can see data for the entire year, and the last 3 months, so depending on what you want to see. Then let's go up to the top row. So this extension is really driven by you and your feedback, so you can click here, we'll take you to the feedback site where you can see various feature requests across our entire products, and you can also create new features as well. So for example, I may want to create a new feature, so I click the category, so this is our Boost plugin, and then you can give it a title, give it some feedback, and click submit, and then we will take a look. And once it's been submitted, it will appear alongside all of these other feature requests, and you can vote up and vote down as well. So that's how we can interact with you. And then if I pivot back to the plugin, take you back to the home screen, is this one. We've also got two separate views, so we've got this wide view, but we've also got this narrow view as well here, so it makes the extension a little bit smaller, so you can see more in Intune and interact with Intune behind the extension. And you can see we've sort of changed the view slightly when we go into this narrow view. With your profile, you can sign out of the extension, and the extra simply closes the extension, and of course you can bring it back at any point in time. I'll go through these actions in the next video, but that's really just a basic tour of the extension. See you on the next one.